What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. It's been a while since I posted a full-length video on this car where we're working on it. Life's just been really busy, but also the car's been relatively reliable besides the transmission thing that I've mentioned a few times. I still have all that stuff over there. I just haven't gotten around to putting it on. Anyways, in today's video, the goal is to figure out what's going on with the charging system of this car. I took the MR2 on a road trip to pick up a new daily, which is a RAV4. And on the way back, the charging system just stopped working on the car, so I decided to get it towed. The reason I knew that there was something going on with the charging system is really twofold. I was driving and I got a battery light that illuminated, and at the same exact time, I saw that the volts dropped. So this right here is a USB port where like the OEM cigarette lighter would go, and it tells me the volts. So it went from like your standard, 13.5, 14 volts, whatever it was, to like 12.5, and then it slowly just started dropping as I continued to drive. I wasn't in a safe place to stop when the battery light came on and the volts started dropping. So I did have to drive it a little bit longer till I was able to get to a safe parking lot. And by the time that happened, I want to say the volts had dropped down to somewhere in the 11s. So it was pretty clear to me that I was driving purely off of the car battery. My guess is that the alternator went bad, and if that's the case, I'll be pretty bummed because I spent the money, or I spent the extra money to buy a Denso unit, because I've heard of like lower quality alternators going bad just because of sustained RPM, and I was trying to avoid that issue with this. Of course, I want to go through the full process of actually diagnosing it instead of just saying that's what it is with certainty, so we'll go through that right now. Step one is removing the battery that's in the car and then putting it on this charger here. The reason I'm throwing it on the charger is just to make sure the battery is good, because sometimes a bad battery can make things act really wonky. And even though this is a cheap battery charger, it's actually really nice because if there is a problem with this, it will say that it can't be charged, and that lets me know that I should probably go get this tested like at AutoZone or a place like that. It is charging though, which is a good sign, and it looks like it's only at about like 60% capacity, which makes sense because I had to drive the car on the battery power alone. So next we will crawl under the car to get a better look at the alternator situation. Underneath the car, and the first thing I'm looking for to make sure is that that belt is still there. This is something that I did when I was on the side of the road, so I know that the belt's still there, but if that flew off, that would stop our charging system from working because obviously the alternator wouldn't be driven. I went ahead and took off the under trays just to give me a little bit more film to work, but to be frank with you, I didn't need to do that because I quickly saw what the issue was. The stud that should be at the top of the alternator is gone, and the main power cord that goes to the alternator was just in here flopping around, so it's obviously not connected. The plug-in that connects to the alternator was connected, but I removed it just to make it a little bit easier to see because this is a tight space. But when I disconnected it, I noticed something. That wire has some damage, so you can see that it's actually melted right there. The rest of the plug though looks totally fine, and there was no issue removing it from where it's supposed to connect at right there on the alternator. We obviously know like what's wrong, but what I'm still scratching my head on is why it went wrong. So like, just to give you guys a visual, I put everything back roughly how I had it routed. So the wire to the alternator there ran closer to like the firewall, and then with the main power cord connected, it's not exactly because the stud's missing, but with the main power cord connected, it stays pretty far away, or like far enough away where there shouldn't be any issues. There's other wires that kind of route along the same way, so like one is here for the AC, and none of them have any damage to them or anything like that. I take this car to events, so I'm very on top of maintenance, and besides the the slight grind with my third gear, it's in pretty good shape. So I'm wondering if I just got unlucky and got a bad alternator, and then you mix that with the fact that between me seeing the battery light and then like stopping, I had to drive about 5 minutes, and so maybe that's what made it worse. To be frank, this is frustrating, but if I look at it from like the big picture, this is probably best case scenario, because when it comes to electrical stuff, man, it can go really bad really quick. I mean, this car could have literally just caught on fire and been a total loss, but it's not. It's very fixable, so I'm gonna at least fix the things that I know are wrong. Gonna get a new alternator for it. On the wiring harness side, there's a couple options I have there. I'm thinking right now that I'll probably just pull it, go through it myself, and then obviously if anything else comes up, I'll fix it. That's gonna be it for this video. I do plan on documenting the full repair process. I'm gonna order the stuff once I get paid in a week. I'm kind of on a weird pay schedule where I only get paid once a month, so I have to wait till the first of the month to purchase what I need to get for this car. Once all that stuff comes in, I'll fix it, film the video, and that means you guys should probably see that sometime by the end of January. With that, thanks for watching, guys. I will see you in the next one.